Welcome to Keiser Voices, the story of success, brought to you by Keiser University Graduate School, here where the academic world meets personal triumph. Join us today as we dive into the captivating tales of success.
Welcome back, everybody, to another great episode of the Keiser Voices podcast. We're excited to have us join today, and we mentioned that this episode was coming up when we spoke with Dr. Keiser, but joining us today is the Associate Vice-Chancellor of International Affairs, Dr. Jan Luo-Beitler. Dr. Jan, thank you for joining us today.
Well, hi, Heather. Hi, everybody. First of all, Heather and this podcast, congratulations for the great job you've been doing. And I see there's many followers and on this channel. So congratulations for that. And also thank you for inviting me for this and giving me this opportunity.
So we asked you to come on today because as we explore different topics on international education, we're really taking a look at the role that international partnerships play in expanding academic opportunities. Can you tell us, as we go into this, a little bit more about what the Department of International Affairs is and even how you envision expanding academic opportunities?
Sure. Well, thank you for that wonderful question. Keiser University, let me just go back a little bit, just squeeze in a little bit background. Keiser University has been trying to globalize our international footprints for many years. If you have conversations with our senior leadership team, you probably heard something related to that. We started to branch out internationally since 1980s. So that's many years. I probably some of you who are listening this are younger than the years, but that's how many years we have been branching out internationally, and we have been steadily grow as well. And a lot of those globalization or internationalization of our education directly related to the partnerships. So we have been establishing different international partnerships for a long time. And as you probably heard or well experienced, that right now, at this moment, Keiser University now have international campuses and learning centers in 15 different countries and 10 different countries and 15 different locations. And one day very soon we'll reach to 15 countries, I promise. So about International Affairs Office. So what we do and who we are, that's probably the first part of your question. So International Affairs Office, we do the following things. So one, as you mentioned, the international partnership. So we branch out, we take an outreach to different international locations to build international partnerships. And hopefully later on, we'll have an opportunity to talk about our international partnerships. So that's the outreach, a branch out in a way. So the other thing is very important mission for us, for our office, is to support our incoming international students. That means the students come from all over the world, come to the United States, to our different campuses in the country, in Florida. And, for those students, this is a new country, new culture, their friends and family that are away from them. So we are here together with the staff and the wonderful faculty and staff at the different campuses to support them at the beginning for the transition and continue to support them to be successful. Like the very quick statistics, I think number right now, everybody likes to use data to support them. So we have international students from 20 something countries, representations of them on our different campuses. And we have a residential campus, as you all know, that's flagship campus. They have a very strong team all around supporting the international students, from the recruitment all the way to student services until they graduate. And we partner, my office, the International Affairs Office, partner with staff and and wonderful faculties together at different campuses, just like as like flagship to support them for international students for their success. So that's the other part. And also we also participate with different international organizations. They are either American based or global based, I guess. So we also work with different international organizations to get more resources to support our student base, and two, to work with those organizations to contribute to our support to the international education society, I guess, in general. So that's the kind of who we are and what we do. And talk about vision, the second part of your question. It's a loaded question, by the way.
sorry.
But I like it. A very good question. So about what the envision, what we do. Through all the three pillars, I guess, what I mentioned, we would to grow in each area. The basic goal is to provide education opportunities to students locally and internationally, because we do believe education changes lives.
And thank you for answering that question. I know I have so many thoughts and other questions based on what you just was telling us about. But when it comes to actually the enhancement, right, those partnerships, the role that they play, what kind of opportunities does that present for students, whether they be studying in their home country or come into flagship and study? I mean, what opportunities are now presented to them?
Well, so opportunities is the great word to form this. So opportunities are limited, I would say, but I would categorize them into two categories, I guess. Sorry for repeating the same word. Next time I'll word it better. So two different categories. One, as always, as you know, is like for the student in the country. So our students in the United States. So those partnerships, we have different levels of them, but no matter what levels of international partnership we have, we are able to provide our students in the United States the resources and interaction with a bigger population, meaning they have the opportunities to connect with their peers, whether it's age-wide or the subject matter-wise, or their disciplines. So with their peers all over the world through our partnership in different countries. So that's not only from the culture standpoint, so they can experience different cultures, learn different ways of doing things. From the academic standpoint, it's also give them the opportunity, our students, the opportunity to collaborate with, also learn, experience a different education system, different research hotspots, those kind of things. That's definitely an enhancement, no matter from the culture standpoint or from the academic standpoint. So that's the first category. The second category, I would say, is what I categorize them for the student outside of the United States. So one of the things we are very proud that Keiser University is able to do is to provide the education opportunity to the student. I mean to the student. So we bring the education to them instead of just simply only wait for them to come to us to be able to get education. Like, for example, as earlier I mentioned, right now we have our learning centers and campuses in 10 different countries. So that basically provided an opportunity for the students in those 10 countries, especially for those who are not able to come to the United States, but want to get the world-renowned, everybody envied American-style education. Because they couldn't come here, a lot of students would lose that opportunity. Even that's their dream, to one day to get that education. But through our practice and our approach, we are able to bring those kind of education to them, to help them fulfill their education dream, even if they are not able to travel to the United States to complete that, to fulfill that dream. So that's the two categories, I would say.
But it's not just the students that feel that impact. The faculty feel that impact with these opportunities too. Is that correct?
That's definitely right. So yes, so what I mentioned earlier, the exchanges, the idea exchanges, all of those applies to the faculty as well. So now the faculty have the opportunities to, we are in the process of putting them in practice, is to exchange, like if they, I'm sure our learning centers and campuses at those countries would welcome our faculty to spend some time there, to bring their lifetime experience and teaching style to their location, and deliver those to their student in person. So the same vice versa, so that this opportunity is also provided an opportunity for us to invite the faculty members and researchers from those locations and campuses and learning centers to come to us to bring their experience and knowledge here to our students, and bring something back after they get the experience here. So yes, exchange is the word, and the same opportunities for the faculty as well.
That's amazing. When you became the Associate Vice Chancellor for International Affairs, at that time, I think there were 2 international campuses, correct me if I'm wrong, and now we're up to 15. Did you see that journey coming? Like, I know that you probably had goals of this expansion, but did you see that journey happening? And then was there anything that you all learned along the way in that process that really either struck a chord with you or really stood out to you?
Okay, so this is actually a difficult question for me to answer. So because I could say yes, the goal, that's from the, when you take a position, you set a goal kind of standpoint. As I said, Keiser University has always been in the practice of international education, in the practice of it. So we always have our goal to have our global footprint, and to help more students, even include outside of the United States. So that has been our goal. Part of our goal is part of our strategic plan. So from that standpoint, yes, because that's what we wanted to achieve. I said it's difficult because I guess personally, I didn't envision that this happened as quick as, timeline-wise, as quick as the reality. So we were thinking about maybe 5 years we'll grow into certain scale. But we got this opportunity, and we were able to branch out a little faster than the original plan was, which is a good thing. We are very super happy and excited about to add to more members to our international team and a community. So all those new 8 more countries. So what I learned, or what that stand out this. So I guess this, I would put the keyword to partner. I guess partnership require partners. So just like building a relationship personally, I guess there's a lot of things behind the scenes to make those happen. One, the rigorous of our academic programs, So our reputation. So I think we, the whole university, through all those 40-something years, we build that foundation first. The university built that foundation first. We have a reputation, good reputation, and we have rigorous academic programs with our academic team, with academic affairs team, our accreditation team. A lot of people put a lot of effort into that to build that reputation, for foundation for us to be able to have that platform to host more students, to help more students reach their education goal. So that's something I think is worth mentioning. It's very, very critical. The other thing is, of course, as I said, is a partnership building, is to build connections with your counterpart at the other side, no matter, just like personal relationship, just like departmental relationships. So trust and earn trust. So that's another thing came to mind for, I guess, what I learned and stand out for me for this, for our international partnership to grow. That's the other thing that's very, very important. Of course, for that, internal partnerships is also important. With this whole thing happened, well, took a long time behind the scenes to pave the road for that to happen. But once that happened, the implementation part demanded a lot of support from many different departments within the university. So I don't know if this is the platform to do it, but since you mentioned it, I do want to use this platform to thank all the departments that provided the support. Without them, this cannot happen. This is really a team effort from everybody in the university, and the trust we built with the partnership, with the partners.
Yeah, no, and I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said all of what you just said, because it helps just further that these kind of partnerships, and when we take a look at international education, it's not to benefit any one person. It's to benefit all of those involved. And there's those exchange of ideas that you mentioned, whether you're a student or faculty or even those people working behind the scenes. And I think that was very important, and great that you mentioned all that.
Oh, by the way, do you know, you probably know that, that's why you scheduled all kind of cast episode in November. November is International Education Month. So, well, thank you for highlight that in this month.
No, I'm glad. Yeah, we when we look at these topics, we're fortunate enough, like you said, that there's a lot of behind the scenes work going on. Miss Lovo is the brainchild behind it, I would have to say, but it really is an exchange of ideas. And I would like to think that this podcast also embodies the concept and what we expect out of international expansion or international education, because a lot of time these ideas come to us as suggestions from other people, and then they come into fruition. Now, I would have to check with Miss Lovo about the timing of the conversation, if it was that we had so much outreach and so many questions about this conversation, or if it was strategically planned or a happy coincidence. But like you said, I'm glad it ended up being the way it is, because it allowed us to have these conversations with, I'm going to say, experts, people who have experienced it, like lived experiences as well, like yourself, and in international education, so we can emphasize that point. So we do appreciate you, Dr. Yan, and all the guests that we've had in the month of November, and I think we still have one or two more coming up, sharing to us about culture, sharing to us about what it looks like, what it means to different people. So I think it was very important to have these conversations. So, we're appreciative of the guests that come on and have them with us.
Well, thank you for the platform.
So if you guys have enjoyed this conversation with us and with Dr. Yan, please be sure to like, subscribe, and follow. And as mentioned, November is International Education Month. So we will be finishing out this month, continuing our conversation on international education. So thank you all. Thank you, Dr. Yan, and we hope to see you next time.
Go Seahawks!
Thank you for journeying with us today on Keiser Voices, the story of success. As we close this chapter, remember, every story has its next page.